Oh, landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess. And the proper way to eat a rotisserie chicken is to take it out in the parking lot, look at it, and say, "You're not like the other girls," and then proceed to eat it while crying in your car. I cannot believe you people don't know this. But you guys won. Kinda. There's the SOG Flash AT. And I took it apart and monkeyed around with it. And we learned a couple things. So, I think I'm going to show you the parts I removed. And first off, we have the extra safety mechanism right here. It is now deleted. Now, you want to see what was powering the assisted open? This big-ass bastard right here. That is way, way too much. However, it needed that much spring. Because I got it all apart. And I didn't record it because I figured I wasn't going to get it back together. I haven't messed with anything with Omega Springs before. I haven't screwed around with this stuff, so I was learning as I went, and I figured it was going to take way more than the 25-minute limit on this phone. So no, I did not get that footage. I apologize, but I wasn't sure what I was capable of doing and how long it would take. But, oh, I am so mad now. Oh, SOG. You son of a motherless goat! Your grandmother is a woman of ill repute! Okay, let me gather my thoughts. So, if you'll notice, this is closed. Your axis lock, all the way back. You can pull it forward, but it don't go backwards. And that is because, first, let's try to flick the studs. So this thing is locked down hard. The detent on this is ridiculous. I'm not even sure how I'd go about fixing that. But you'd think, okay, problem solved. You deal with the detent, you open it, but you go to swing it closed, and it stops right here. Because the axis lock only works in one direction. The axis lock won't let it open. It'll only close it. And even then, there's such a hard stop on the blade, like, let's see how much this thing moves. You see that? So it's locked shut. Like, the only thing that'll open it is the thumb stud, and that detent is stupidly stiff, guys. I mean, it is stiff. So, I can't say I did all that work for nothing. You know, you guys recommended taking it apart and, removing these two things, and I thought, yeah, because I was thinking the same thing you were. I'd take it apart, it'd free the action up, and then it would work great, and it would be a home run. A little bit of extra elbow grease, but we'd have a great knife and something that I really enjoyed playing with. Oh, you guys. I even mentioned in the comments that I had a feeling SOG was going to have something in here that would defeat the purpose of doing that. Alright, personally, I thought removing the safety would stop it from functioning entirely somehow. That was my thought, but I did not expect it to be this. I did not expect this. Now, I am not super angry that I did this, because I wasn't going to carry it anyways. It sucked, and I thought I fixed the problems that it had, and I kind of fixed it. But now it's basically a two-handed close. Oh... God. Yeah, because, I gave her the beans on that one. So, yeah, you still have a similar problem, Yeah. You got very similar problems here. You still got to, manipulate it to close it a lot more than you should on an axis lock. It's no longer spring-loaded, and you don't have the safety in there anymore, but the detent is so strong. It is so strong, you guys. I'm not doing that for dramatic effect. Like, it needed this much spring to compensate for that detent. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to take this apart again and mess with it some more, because, God, that is a lot of force going into that. Man, and I will reiterate, whoever decided all these things needed to be in the same place at the same time was in the shower with their dad and went, you know what? We're just going to do all the things. We're going to do all the things, and it's going to be great. I have 19 questions, and all of them are, why? Poor Kay! This didn't need to be like this. It didn't. Because, I mean, this thing feels great in the hand. With the safety off, it feels great. If the axis lock worked and the action was looser than it needed to be, I'd be happy. If it swung open and closed nicely like a good axis lock should, I'd be delighted. But, yeah, so somehow removing these features that made the knife miserable to use have somehow made it slightly worse. Let me know in the comments if you expected it to become worse by doing that, because I sure didn't. I came downstairs, I sat down here, turned the light on, and started taking stuff apart, assuming that I probably wasn't going to get it back together again anytime soon, but it's like, if I get it back together, I'll have a much better knife that functions the way I wanted it to out of the package. No. And I know someone that was watching the last video on this thing said, I wish I would have seen this before I bought mine, and let me tell you what, brother, me too. I wish I would have seen this before I bought this one. So, I thought I would share that with you and vent the frustration I have and just let you guys know I did listen and I did break down and take this apart and I did work on it. I'm still like getting myself past the point that I advise other people to like I offer the advice. Don't be scared to work on your stuff. I'm still working my way through that too. I'm not an expert here. I'm learning as I go. So, that was an experience. I'm glad I did it, but I am so profoundly disappointed with the results. I can't even be mad because it's SOG, and I kind of expected this after my experience with the last couple. So, I've got that out of my system now. You guys see what I wound up with for this, and thank you for pushing me to do this, because that was definitely interesting. So, all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys are awesome. Y'all keep coming in. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea what you're doing for me and the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We got more content. We got giveaways coming up. We got live streams. There's plenty to do. Comments, I love some feedback. Let me have it. Let SOG have it. Let's party. All that being said, y'all have a nice day.